Alright, I said this earlier, and I've been meaning to make this video. You know, y'all niggas don't read enough. You know what I mean? Y'all niggas don't read enough. I said this before. You know, black people spend more time watching the TV than any other group. Black people spend more time watching the TV than any other group. You know, right now I'm reading Cromwell. It's a historical book. It's about Oliver Cromwell, who was a leader of England in like the mid 1600s, after the English Civil War, where they had the civil war between the Parliament, the English Parliament, and King Charles I. And the English Parliament army defeated King Charles I army, and they tried him for treason, got him executed, and that led to Oliver Cromwell, who had led the parliamentary army and was a member of parliament before the Civil War, but he educated himself on military science and stuff, and they defeated the royalists in the English Civil War, and he ended up becoming leader of England for a long time, I want to say maybe 25, 30 years or something like that. Give or take a few years. Okay, but he was in power for quite some time. And it was a big change for the government in England. It was a big change for Europe in general. It showed that, you know, monarchies were not invincible, that they could be overthrown by organized groups of people. And you know, who had grievances, and this was huge. This was a huge historical event in government and how democracy developed in the West and that whole type of thing. But I digress. I want to talk about the meat of this video. A lot of y'all, I don't see a lot of y'all niggas reading like y'all should. Okay, I see the conscious people reading. Don't get me wrong, I see the conscious folks reading. A lot of y'all conscious people, y'all do read. Y'all do y'all research, and that's good. But the average Negro, y'all gotta act like y'all don't have time to read, or reading is too hard for you to do. You don't have the time for it. You can't find the time to do it. You know what I mean? And this really puzzles me. You know, reading has always been a pastime for me since I was a child. You know, and I remember in elementary school we had these books about, like they were about all the different ships in the Navy, like cruisers, battleships, and carriers or whatever. I remember I read all those books. And then I read like the Harry Potter books when I was like in 4th grade. I want to say 4th grade, 5th grade. But I ended up reading all the Harry Potter books. By the time I got to high school, I read all of them. And they were very good books, you know, but those books really spurred my interest in reading. And I remember I used to read those Harry Potter books, man. And I couldn't put them down. They were really good. You know, I thought J.K. Rowling was a really good author, really talented, and that type of thing. But that's what sparked my lifelong interest in reading. I stopped watching television like in junior high school. I stopped watching television altogether. I just wasn't interested in television. Television just didn't interest me. You know what I mean? Even to this day, I watch very little television, if any, at all, period. You know, I think it's boring. I think television is very boring to me. It's not you know, and all they show is dumb stuff like these reality TV shows, love and hip hop. I mean, it's good to kind of watch a little bit of it just so you can stay, you know, in the loop of what people are watching. But I spend the majority of my recreational time reading or just being on the internet, man. I don't really watch TV like that, you know. And it's even really hard for me to follow like celebrity news and even keep up with stuff like music. Like I listen to music, I just pick up whatever song that I like. I don't really sit there and keep up with who's coming out with what album. And I know J. Cole just came out with a new album, and I got that album on Tidal. Don't get me wrong, I like J. Cole's shit. You know, there's artists and stuff that I like and that I follow, you know. But for this TV thing, I can't think of anything on TV I want to see. I like to watch a lot of nature documentaries and stuff like that. A lot of those type of documentaries, you can find them like on YouTube. You don't even have to watch. Like a lot of the stuff that, you know, you would want to see that would come on TV, you can watch that on YouTube now. People have downloaded that to YouTube now, so, or online, so you don't have to wait for it to come on television. You just go on YouTube or whatever, and you can just watch what it is you want to watch. You can just tune into what it is whatever programming you want to tune into. You don't just have to sit there and watch what the network TV put in front of you. Then another thing is a lot of these shows and stuff are geared real heavy towards women. Okay, a lot of these shows, they're not really geared towards men. Like a lot of these crime shows, they got a lot of female characters and female lead characters. Like there's no show anymore that I think that men can really relate to. You know, I just don't, you know, like that kind of shows that you would sit and watch like with your girlfriend and stuff because she wants to watch it, but it's not something that men would just watch themselves, you know, that kind of thing. And when it comes to like professional sports, even professional sports isn't what it used to be. Like football just isn't what it used to be. I kind of feel like especially with this whole Kaepernick kneeling thing that's happened the last couple years, and you know, a lot of pro sports is, you know, every year they keep changing the rules, they keep making new rules and taking away rules, and you know, it gets on your nerves after a while. It gets tiresome after a while, and that whole type of thing, you know what I mean? So that kind of stuff kind of really gets on my nerves, and it's to a point where I just don't find it all that interesting anymore. You know, when I was a kid, even when I was watching TV when I was a kid, I watched like the History Channel and stuff like that. I thought that, and that was back when History Channel actually showed history stuff. It's not like now where they show like all they got reality shows and stuff. It's just, it doesn't feel like a History Channel anymore. It's just more, it's trying to be trendy. It's trying to be, same thing with the Discovery Channel and the National Geographic. It's all reality shows. Okay, it used to be they have nature documentaries, science documentaries. Now it's mainly just reality shows and stuff like that. You know, so like I said, all my programming, I can just watch it on YouTube or the internet, find it on the internet, or order it from Amazon, a DVD from Amazon.com, and just call it a day. You know what I mean? But that's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. Let me know what y'all think.